Hello everybody, my name is Lante Orehi. I am a Nigerian by birth and by inclination. I'm posting this video to refute a fundamental error because I believe that an error left unrefuted leads to intellectual immorality. First and foremost, I wish to state categorically clear that Nigeria, my nation, is not a terrorist state. Nigeria has never been a terrorist state, and Nigeria will never be a terrorist state. Secondly, I wish to assert that the fact that a miscreant Nigeria by the name Umar Farouk, the fact that he has attempted an act of terrorism on the American soil does not, by extension, make Nigeria a terrorist state. I make this submission against the backdrop of recent development coming from the stable of the American government, labeling Nigeria as one of the 14 states that shall have stricter regulations and checks as far as immigration into the United States is concerned. It is unacceptable. It is a slight on the generality of the people of Nigeria. It is a slight on the Nigerian government. It is a slight on me as a very responsible Nigerian. And this is why I have come out this night to make certain positions very clear. Like I stated before, that Nigeria is not a terrorist state, has never been a terrorist state, and will never be a terrorist state. And therefore, I wish to refute with all sense of duty and responsibility and with all sense of vehemence the assertion, the insinuation, the idea that Nigeria is a terrorist state as perpetrated by the American government based on the list of 14 states that have been released with embellished or polished language labeling Nigeria as a nation of concern. Nigeria is not interested in that category or any category as such. I am making these positions because there is an adage in my native dialect in Nigeria which says, Uja, Aya Simi woman. It is with everything that a man has that he must and should use to defend his fatherland. We must understand that the art of terrorism, the global spate of terrorism today is an art that is condemnable, that is rejected, that is unacceptable by Nigerians. And responsible Nigerians at various fora, in various groups, have come out to raise their voice vehemently against individuals or groups that are carrying out acts of terrorism. And I want to reiterate that every responsible Nigerian is against any forms of extremism, is against any forms of terrorism that undermines human lives. And that Umar Farouk, a Nigerian, has taken the decision to become a miscreant, to attempt an act of terrorism, does not generally categorize the entire Nigerian people. And therefore, I wish that the Nigerian government and the entirety of the Nigerian people come out with all vehemence to refute this position to refute this idea that America has sown to insinuate that Nigeria may perhaps be a terrorist state. And lastly, I just have an advice for the American state and for the American government. My people say in my native dialect, in Nigeria, my people say that the ant, the worm that eats the kola nut is inside the kola nut. The Homeland Security must sit down and check inwards. Focus must not be channeled on Nigeria. Nigeria is not a problem to America or any state for that matter. Nigeria will never be a problem to America or any state for that matter, and therefore attention must not be channeled towards Nigeria. There are miscreants in Nigeria, there's no doubt about it. There are miscreants everywhere. In the United States, there are miscreants as well. And I am sure that if the miscreants in the United States, who have no respect for human lives, who at one time or the other have been involved or will be involved or will attempt to be involved in the act of terrorism, if they can be curtailed, I believe that there is no weapon from anywhere all over the world that will enter into the soil of the United States. And that is the truth. It's my advice. And as I say this, I want to say again, lastly, and very categorically, that Nigeria, my nation, is not a terrorist state, has never been a terrorist state, and will never be a terrorist state. Long live Nigeria. Long live the people of Nigeria. May God bless Nigeria. And may God bless Africa. Thank you.